Everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Learning to Play City Skylines with Rhygar. So today in this episode we're going to install a couple of mods just to make it a little bit easier for us to manage our city. We're going to put some roundabouts in to improve the traffic flow. We'll have to extend our farming area a little bit because there's a good high demand for industry. And we're going to put in some bus lines to provide our citizens with public transport, which also makes them very happy. So we're going to install a couple of mods first. Mods are basically extra programs that add to the functionality of the game and can also change the way that the game works. And then you can decide kind of what mod you want to include or not. So unfortunately mods are only available on the PC through Steam. If you're playing the game on console, you only get the vanilla game. As far as I know, there's no mods that you can get on the console. So unfortunately you just have to stick with the basic game, but if you're on PC then I would highly suggest you install some mods as well. So in the description below the video there's a link to my mod collection. We're not going to install all of them, we're just going to install a couple of them for now and kind of learn how they work, and then we'll add more through our later episodes. So if you click on the link you should come to this page here, which is my mod collection. If you can't see this page for some reason it doesn't turn up, then if you're in Steam, if you go to the workshop, you can just type in the name of a mod and then you can search for it as well, and you can add it that way if you can't see my mod collection. So in my mod collection the first one we're going to add is called Fine Road Anarchy. So if you scroll down, it's all in alphabetical order. So if you find Fine Road Anarchy, so this will allow us to do various things with our road network, and it overcomes some of the built-in disadvantages with the way the roading works in the game. So you can just click on the plus here, it'll then add it to the game, and then it'll install it, and then when you run the game it will appear. So Fine Road Anarchy, otherwise in Steam you can just type that in, Fine Road Anarchy, and it should appear. There we go, that's the very first one. So if you click on it, then click on the subscribe button. I already done it, so that's why it says it's subscribed, and you can do it that way as well. Whoops. Alright, so we want Fine Road Anarchy. The next one we want is called Precision Engineering. So if you go down and find Precision Engineering, so this adds to the way that you can do things with your roads and so on. So it adds a lot more functionality when we're laying out roads. So I've already added it in, but just click on the plus or add it through Steam. So add in Precision Engineering. And the last thing we're going to do is the roundabout builder, because we want to build some roundabouts. So we can build roundabouts by hand, but it's much easier with the roundabout builder one, because we know if you know how to do it once, then you're just going to be redoing the same thing again. So why not just use a mod that makes it easier for you? So just click on the plus and add the roundabout builder, and we'll add some more things later on as we go. Sweet. So now that we've added those 3 mods, so Fine Road Anarchy, Precision Engineering, and Roundabout Builder. So now we can start up City Skylines. So click on play, and then I'll just click resume to start the city that we left off in. So if you're doing this along with me, then you can load up your own city as well. And of course you can pause the recording and do bits on your city, then come back to the recording and carry on, and then pause it again and do bits on your city again, and so on. Alright, so install the mods. Actually we need to see if the mods have been activated. Can we do that through the options? Yep, so you can see we've got mod settings, so it looks like they've been added in and they should be working. Sweet. Have they been added in? Yep, so when you press the roads button you'll see the Fine Road Anarchy tool come up. So at the moment it's not on. If we click on that, it means that it kind of avoids collisions and various things. If you turn it off, it means it's just the normal road settings of the game. So we'll just leave it at that for now. Then down the bottom we have the roundabout builder. Alright, so we want to extend, so we turn the roads off. We want to extend our farming network and just put on double speed. And you'll notice we're starting to build up some traffic where our intersection with the highway occurs. So if we go to the traffic button, you can see that's getting pretty red because there's a lot of traffic coming into our industrial area. So industrial area produces lots of trucks and traffic. And you can see we're starting to get a buildup of cars as they're trying to get through this intersection. So if we build a so there are better intersections than a roundabout, which we'll look at later on, but it costs a lot of money to build those particular things. So for now, a roundabout will suffice, and then we can redo that later on with something else. Alright, so I'll show you how to just build a very simple roundabout. So we click on the Roads tool, and now when you click and drag with Precision Engineering on, you can see it actually gives you the length, whereas we never used to get that before. So we can precisely get the length exactly what we want, which is really cool. So we're going to build a roundabout which is 10 units wide. Okay. Now at the moment the default setting is just a perfectly straight road, but a roundabout needs curved roads, right? So we need to kind of curve that around. Okay, so we want to use the curved road tool this time. So this, which is this tool here, so the curved road. So click once with the left button, and we move it out to 10. Click again with the left button, and then it allows us to curve it. So if you make it 10 across and 10 up, that gives us a perfectly curved road. So then click again, and it lays that particular road. And then we can just carry on. Another 10, click once, move another 10, click again, move another 10, click once, move another 10, click again, move another 10, click once, move another 10, and then we have a nice roundabout here, and then we can join roads to it. So if I try to add some roads to this, let's see what happens. So we could have an exit coming off here, like so. Actually go back to the straight tool, so the straight road. So we can do that, and we have a road coming off here. This is just for demonstration purposes. It's not going to be the final position. We can do one off here. Now if I connect a road to here, sometimes it can start to get a little bit deformed. So if I just remove that, let's try a big fat road and see if that makes... Oh, it didn't work that time. Anyway, sometimes when you don't connect, so the little round circles are the nodes. So the nodes are where roads are connected up. And so if you connect to a node, a road directly to a node, it doesn't tend to cause any deformation. But yeah, I can't seem to get it to work on this particular example. So it's best to connect to the nodes. Otherwise, what you can do is you can brace the roundabout. So if you just use like a dirt road, if you brace the roundabout like this, just connecting up through nodes, so that way it doesn't matter where you connect, it will keep the structure of the roundabout because we've braced the entire roundabout through its nodes, and it won't cause any problems. Once you've finished adding roads to it, you can then delete the insides of it and it will be perfectly fine. Okay, so if you start to get any deformation of your roundabouts, then brace up the roundabout first, and then connect your on and off ramps from your actual roundabout. Cool, so that's how you build a roundabout. So as I said, you can build it manually, but if we have the mod, it makes it much easier for us. Okay, so we're going to build a roundabout here, and we're going to use the roundabout builder mod. So first thing, pause the game, because if we're going to be destroying parts of our roading network, we don't want all the cars to be trying to go through where we're trying to build stuff. So it's always best to pause for that. So we need to get rid of these power lines for now. Let's move that back. In fact, we might need to get rid of these, depending on how big the roundabout is. And we'll just connect this back up again. So we want the roundabout to be kind of in the middle between these 2 points here. Alright, so if we kind of just do a road from there to there. So that's kind of in between those two things. So it's going to be in the middle of our 2 lanes of our highway. So we're going to build a roundabout here. So it's easiest if you create a T-junction or a 4-way junction. We can use the roundabout builder to specify the center, and it builds the roundabout around it. So let's go to our roundabout mod. So just click on that button and we get this little menu pop up. So the first step is, what kind of road do you want? So a roundabout is only one way around. Okay, so you can't have, generally there's not 2 lanes around it. Alright, so so most of these are all 2-way roads. You can always create one, and then you can upgrade the road later on. So what road is this one here? So this is a 2-lane 1-way road. It doesn't seem to give us a 2-lane 1-way road, which is fine. We can always use a highway road, because a highway is always 1 way. We don't want free cursor mode, so don't click on that. So keep the window open in case you want to build another roundabout later on. Keep the level terrain so it'll make the roundabout the same level all the way around it. And you can see when you put your mouse in the middle of the intersection, it gives you an idea about the roundabout. So the first circle is the middle of the roundabout, which will be empty, and then the second circle will be your actual roundabout there. So you can use the plus or minus on your keyboard to reduce the size of the roundabout, or you can increase the size of the roundabout depending on how big you want. So for a highway intersection, we probably want it reasonably big. It's just a matter of preference. Just click with the left mouse button and it creates that for you, which is really awesome. Sweet, so there's our roundabout. So we'll just close that. Now we can get rid of this point, and then we want to connect these to it. So let's upgrade these roads to a highway as well, seeing as we have the highway available to us now. So click on the highway, go to the upgrade button, and then we'll just upgrade those. Right, and then we want to connect up to our roundabout here. Cool, so we probably want to use an off-ramp, a highway ramp for that. Actually, do we? Eventually what I want to do is go straight across the roundabout, and then I want to curve around and join up with this highway over here. So we might as well do that while we're here. So we need to go up and over the roundabout. How do we do that? Okay, so choose the straight road tool. So if you start building a line, if you press the page up button on your keyboard, you'll notice that it actually will now elevate your road. So it can go up to, what's it go up in steps of 12? So that's quite high. So we can actually change that. No, it wasn't that one. Wasn't that one. Okay, it must be another mod which allows us to do that. I will leave that for now, so we'll just go up in steps of 12, so maybe 24 to get up over that particular roundabout. No, the slope is too steep, so we need to go back a bit further. So let's delete part of that road. Go back to here, go up to 24. And so by giving us more room, it has a lower, the steepness is lower. Cool, and then we just go across. Sweet. Go a little bit more. Boom, and then we want to do the same thing this way. Yeah, make it line up so it's nice and symmetrical, which will be good. Sweet. Now we're not going to carry on straight away because we don't have, we won't have the money to build all the way across. So what we can do is if we just click on this, connect to that, that just gives us a nice turning point, and then we can remove that later on. Now I just need to fix up the direction. So go to the upgrade tool. Remember, we right click to change the direction of the road. Sweet. And now we want to do our highway off ramp. So choose the straight road, So you could come off the top here like that. That would work, but generally you don't do that. You kind of come off down the bottom here. So you'll see you have to kind of wiggle around a little bit just to get it in the right place. So do that, and then we'll do the other side as well. Wiggle around a little bit. Might not be quite symmetrical, but it will be good enough. Again, just need to fix the direction here. So just upgrade that road, turn it around the other way. Awesome. Alright, sweet. So as we come in, they can come along and they can take the off-ramp, join our roundabout, and then they can actually go around the roundabout and get to what destination they want to do. Sweet. Now we don't have any ramps connecting on this side. We'll do that later if people want to go into the other direction. Cool, so there's our roundabout done. So we just need to reconnect the power. So let's go back to here. So we can't go straight across anymore because there's a bridge part. So what we can do instead is go across this way. Sweet, and we don't need that part anymore. Awesome. Cool, so there's our roundabout. Let's see if that fixes up the traffic flow. So it takes a bit of time for our traffic to figure out where they need to go now. And you can see it's reducing the traffic down quite a lot. It's not backing up anymore because people can get onto the roundabout straight away. Sweet, so that's going really well. Awesome. So we've got our first roundabout done, and so we can actually use the roundabout builder to build in roundabouts in existing areas as well. So having a roundabout here might be kind of cool, but we'll leave that for now. It doesn't seem to be huge amounts of traffic over there, so that's good. Alright, so let's go on and extend our farming area and get some more industry in. So let's have a look. So there's our farming zone. So we can extend this collector road out. Sweet, so let's just drag a road out from here. Again, we'll just keep in with the grid system. Feel free to play around with other ways of doing it if you want to. And then yeah, we'll just stick dirt roads along. Boom. Alright, let's add some industrial zone. Oh, what's our unemployment percentage? 21%. Okay, so we desperately need some industry. So let's get that going. So fill that in. Fill all of those in, so they should rapidly be starting to fill up, which is awesome. Cool. Alright, we need some power. Are we down on power? We are. What's my budget? Cool, we can whack that up rather than having to build a new power plant, and that should keep us going for a while. Just double check that it's gone up to 58. Probably need to make that a bit more. Oh, let's just whack it all the way up. 62, cool. Alright, so you'll get a few abandoned buildings because we haven't got enough workers. As I said, you can always bulldoze those if you want, and they will get rebuilt. Sweet. Okay, so water. Need to put in some water pipes. Boom. That's all done. Looking good. Okay. So we've got that done. Need some residential. So let's stick some more residential in. So we want to go all the way across there. Leave that empty because we're going to upgrade that road, and we can do all of this area in here as residential. Awesome. in fact, let's now upgrade our arterial road because we've got quite a lot of money. So let's go. So we've got small roads, we've got our medium roads. We've only got this one, which is 4 lanes with a median. And then we've got our large roads. Cool. So I like to use a 6-lane road, so 3 lanes each way. It's entirely up to you what you like to do. But the reason why I like to do that, if I just upgrade that, the reason why I like to do that is because we can get a lane for straight, left and right, which is kind of cool. Now at the moment in the game there's no way to control the arrows. So when you've got a lane which has got 2 things like straight and turn left over here, then the game kind of puts both straight and left turning traffic onto that lane, and so you can get it clogged up a little bit as well, rather than just using the middle one. So if you just watch, see they're all going straight, whereas they could have used the middle one here. So the AI in the game, it's just the way that it works. So we can use another mod to help us to fix up all those lane arrows and stuff, but we'll do that in the next episode when we look at the traffic manager mod. Cool. So I'm only going to here for my arterial road because otherwise it's going to destroy all these buildings across here, and I might upgrade this side to an arterial road as well. So let's do that. Boom. Sweet. So that should help speed up traffic as well. And obviously the roads have a different speed limit. So a 6-lane road has a speed of 50. A 2-lane road has a speed of 40. Okay, so for our collector roads we really want to have 2 lanes going across there. Do we have a 2-lane road? Yeah, the 4-lane road will actually start to destroy some houses because it's quite fat. So we want a thinner 4-lane road. So again, we're going to need a mod later on that will help us to get us some more types of roads, which we'll install later. Cool, but you can see the traffic is a lot better now. So if we go to traffic view, wasn't as red as it was before, which is really good. And if we look at the traffic view, there was a way to see if there were traffic lights or not. I just can't remember it from the top of my head. We'll come back to it when we install the mod that we need. It will help us to do that. So again, there's no way to control who gives way, who can carry on all the way through, but that's doing pretty well. What's our unemployment now looking at? Our unemployment is now 10%. Very good, so it's much nicer. Sweet. Okay, so we've done that and that. So we're going to make our highway kind of swing around. So before we extend our farm area too much, what does the farm area look like at the moment? It goes up to there. So actually I won't do the highway just now because we want to make our lanes go parallel all the way across. And again, we're going to use another mod that will help us to do that, which is a really cool thing. So big ups to all the modders that add functionality to the game. It makes it much nicer for us and easier. Alright, let's just double check everything. So electricity is good, water is good. Might need to up the budget a bit, it's getting pretty close. So let's whack that up to 130. So water is now good, trash is good. If we just look at the coverage for the trash, so there's no brown areas, so that's good. Traffic is good. Crime, no, there's no crime, which is good. We could start to put a police station down in the industrial area. In fact, why don't we do that? So let's add a police station in our industrial area. So maybe just here. Cool, that makes them people happy. Oh, was that a fire? Oh, that was a fire station. Okay, well that's fine. We need a fire station as well. Police station. Okay, so let's put it on the other side of that road. Cool, that makes them happy. Alright, so fire coverage is good. Oh no, it isn't. We've got all this area over here, which is the new area which we haven't done. So again, we want to have good coverage for our fire because fires can spread very quickly. So let's put it... Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's do it there. Cool, and you can see they sort of start to go a little bit blue, which is cool. This area isn't quite so blue, but it'll be fine. They'll get, they've got stations pretty close, which is awesome. Sweet, our population is looking good. We're still making money, which is good, so keep an eye on that. So the next thing we want to do is do our bus lanes and get some public transport in, and that will help to upgrade the houses as well. Alright, so if we go down to the transport button down the bottom here, so before you can make any bus lanes, we need a bus depot. So you only need one depot for your whole city, and it will send out buses all the way around. Okay, so generally only need one. Put it somewhere which will have good access to the roading network. We don't want it in a residential area because it spits out lots of buses. So somewhere in your industrial area is a good place. So I might just, for this instance, I might put it onto the arterial road, or I could put it onto a collector road. Yeah, actually let's put it onto a collector road because it's not that busy, so let's maybe put it down this end. Sweet, so put it there. So I won't send any buses out straight away until we've actually put the bus lines in. Cool, so to add a bus line, it's this button here. So that was quite expensive, that one. That was $30,000. So make sure you've got enough money. So placing bus lines, that doesn't cost you any money. So that's perfectly fine. So what we want is buses to traverse all the way around our commercial and residential area, and also connect it with the industrial area so people can take buses to go to the shops, and they can also take buses to go to work in the industrial area as well. Sweet. So if I do that, choose buses, no, it won't let me. That's fine. Alright, so there's no kind of one right or wrong way of doing it. You don't have to put a so if we put a bus stop here, you don't need another one right over here because people will walk a certain distance. Okay, so you can put a couple in this area and people will walk to it, which is really good. So let's start it. So you want it to end up with completing a circle. So let's put one here. And then the next one can be kind of over here somewhere. Okay, which is, so that means that people will walk to those particular bus stops. You can see that it makes people happy. If you accidentally put one in the wrong place, then just right click on a dot and that takes it away, or right click on that and it goes back to the previous position. Alright, so you just right click on a dot. So let's put one there. So it'd be good to have a bus stop by your schools. So if we just go to the school tab, so we've got an elementary school here, and where's our high school? We haven't put a high school in yet because it was once something that got unlocked and we haven't put it in. So we might as well put it in first before we put in the bus stops. So where would be a good place for our high school? Could we put it over here somewhere? Let's put it over here. So people will travel to the high school, so you don't have to put it in the middle of the residential area. Alright, let's go back to our bus line and carry our bus line through. So we've got to stop there. Let's put one over here. So we need to, let's go back to here. So we're going to put one there. We're going to put, so I want it in between here and the school. So let's put one there. Put one outside the high school. Remember, our elementary school is over here. Sweet. So we could maybe put one here. Then put one. come up in here as well. Actually, I want to go... Actually, if we put one here, they'll walk to school. It's not that far around the corner. So they'll walk to school, which is fine. Put one there. We then want to... that's a dead end street, so we can't go back through there. No. Okay. Okay, let's put one there. Come down into here. Put one there. Put one there. Put one there. Let's stick one there. Stick one there. And then we connect it back up to here and it completes the line. Sweet. So that's one line. So we can have another line which will connect this area to our industrial. So people will actually swap bus lines to get to the next place. I think we're running out of power again. We are. So we need to have some power. I think my budget is all the way up. It is. So I don't think I can afford a new power station. Let's just put in a turbine for now. Sweet. Alright, so let's create our second bus line. So we want the second bus line to have stops where the other bus line is, so that way people can, from our residential, get on a bus, then swap over into the other one. So let's put a stop here, which is next door to the other one. We'll put... actually, let's do it this way. Let's put a stop there, one there, and then we want to come in to our industrial area. Let's put one there. Then it's going to turn around, come up here, and we'll stick one there, stick one there. Let's put one there, one on this side, one there, and then we'll come back and we want to connect back up to there. So why don't we... So you can put another stop where you can put a stop for a second line where you have a stop from your first line, but that means what if two buses come at the same time? So it might be good just to have that one just slightly different, slightly away from it. People will walk to the next stop, which is perfectly fine, and then we'll just connect that back up to there, and then we have our second line. So we can change the colors of these lines if we go to the lines overview button here. So click on the lines overview and we can change the color for our first line. So we'll go that. Let's just give it kind of a greenish color. We can give it a name. So let's call this the Skywalker line. Cool. So it always defaults to blue when you add a new line. So let's just change both of them. Make this one red. Let's call it the Organa line. Sweet, and you can see that it gives us information. So there are 9 stops on the Organa line, 11 stops on the Skywalker line, how many buses or vehicles on that line, how many passengers it wants. So Organa line has 9 vehicles, currently no passengers because it's only just starting, but it will get around to it. Alright, we'll come back to that in a minute. Just let the game run and build up some passengers, and then we can learn how to modify how many buses are on the line. You can start to see your residential buildings will start to level up because I've got public transport options available to them, which is cool. So we probably need some more parks in this area down here. Yep, so we definitely, we don't have any parks at all. So we need to add some parks in. So let's go through and add some parks, because I think that was done the next time. So put them somewhere. It's okay if you demolish some houses, not right at the edges because there's an area of effect. So kind of close to the edge, let's put one there. Cool, there's different sized ones depending on what you want. I tend to go for the smaller ones, but it's entirely up to you. Kind of whatever you prefer. Stick one there. We can start to see that kind of change. That will help level up all the houses as well. let's do one of these, which is quite cool. There. Awesome, and I've run out of money. Oh well. Hopefully we'll get some money soon. So something to keep aware of. Oh, need to do some death, so we need to do our death care. So we go to the healthcare button. We want to unlock the cemetery, so we are going to have to run the game a bit to build up our money, so we'll just go at full speed. So you'll see that without the death care you start to get little skull crossbones appear. So these are people that have died and waiting to be picked up. So we need to create our cemetery, so we'll get to that pretty quickly. So we need 8,000, so we'll get there soon. So the cemetery doesn't have any adverse effects on your population because they quite like somewhere they can visit their loved ones. So you can place it you know, in the middle of your residential area or in your commercial. Probably don't want to put it in your industrial area because it's not very nice to visit. So let's put it over here next to the high school. Well, next to the high school. Let's put it over here. Sweet. So if you put that in, you'll see that hearses will now start to come out. So you can see all the hearses coming out. They'll go around and start to pick up the people that have died, bring them back to the cemetery. People can have their funerals and things. Right, so that's that done. Looking good, looking good. So this is why you keep the game running, to build up money as you're thinking about what you want to do. Our roundabout is working really well. Alright, so there's not much traffic that's going through there. So that's looking really good. Awesome. So that's the end of this episode. In the next episode we'll carry on building our city, and we want to get to the next stage, which is a busy town, and we want to get to 5,000 people, and then we can start to get other types of roads, and we've got other things that we can actually add in as well. Alright, so that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and hopefully I've explained things well for you. So again, if you can like this video, that would be really awesome. If you can subscribe, that would be awesome as well, because it just helps other people to find my videos through the YouTube algorithm, and it might help some of those people as well. Alright, that's it. Catch you next time.